on Dez Bryant. An anonymous Cowboys staff member told Sports Illustrated's Albert Breer that Dez, quote, does very few things really well. Breer added that Cowboys coaches started seeing Dez's physical gifts start to slip all the way back in 2015. Dallas assigned wide receivers Allen Hurns and Deontay Thompson this offseason, leading into even more speculation about Dez's future in Dallas. Shannon, what did you read into this?
That staff have been reading my notes, Joe.
Yeah, watching them.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, but he's saying this like, I mean, tell us something we can believe, Joe. Tell us that Warren Buffett, as a child, sold bean pies as a truck stop in Nebraska. Now, see, that might be something I find hard to believe. But telling me Dez doesn't do very many things well, and he goes back to win, Skip, 2015. Who made so much 2015? I said, look at his numbers. After he got the money, he deserved that big payday in 2015, Skip. Because 2013 was as good as anybody that's ever worn that Cowboy uniform and played receiver has ever had. He was special.
Yeah.
We'll go back and look and come forward. Every DB that comes out here, they say the same thing, Skip. Now, they study tape. Now, you know I've studied tape a long time. But they watch it. So we play for end-breaking routes, and we know he can't run by, so they're going to try to back shoulders. The route. Okay? But it doesn't matter, Skip. If you would, like you like to say, if you could put Jason Garrett, if you could put Scott Lanahan on a lie detector test, and make them tell you the truth about Dez Bryant, everybody knows what Dez is, but it don't matter. Only one person matters. That's Jerry. Let me ask you a question. If Dez Bryant played for the Patriots and had 3 down years, you think he's still making that kind of money? If he played for any team that's serious about winning and not just making headlines and because, you know, we're going to be the highest rated team because we got that star, you're not having a guy with 3 down years and you keep him at the same salary.
Agreed. Yep.
So this is all about Jerry and his love and that's his baby. I mean, you know, Dez is his guy, you know, Dez. Still, Dez is not that guy that he was. And I believe he could, you know, go in with this guru and go help him on some things. But Dez is what he is. Dez is what he is.
So, for the first time, I heard someone on the inside provide what became music to my ears, because it's what we have been saying all along since the debacle in Denver, week 2 of the NFL season. Dez Bryant is a shell of himself. And finally, somebody on the inside, I don't think it's Jason Garrett, but somebody in that coaching staff is seeing what we're seeing or not seeing. And the quote is, based on last year, he does very few things very well. Does very few things very well. Really well.
Okay, for a receiver, what's 3 things he needs to be able to do? He needs to be able to run. Can Dez run? Can he run the tree? How's his hands? Okay, those are the 3 most important things for a receiver.
He led the NFL in drops. He lacks quickness. He lacks acceleration speed, like 5th gear speed down the field. He can't run by anybody. He can't run away from anybody. His routes are simple to the point you can call them before the ball is snapped. So how are you going to get open? And yet, the more you are single covered, the more your young second-year quarterback who goes right by the book, he's a 1, 2, 3 reader, he's going to say, 88 single. The read is, because the read's always to go to 88.
Absolutely.
Right? And then 88 either runs the wrong route, can't get open, or drops something that's in his catch radius. Right?
Correct.
That's horrendous. And to me, Dez Bryant was at the vortex of the collapse of this team. Like, if I can heap the most blame, I heap it on 88. Maybe I'm being harshly unfair here, but when the whole offense is sort of geared to throwing it to 88, that's the key play of the drive is on all the key conversion plays, the 3rd and 5s, 3rd and 7s, you're going to go to 88 and he's not going to catch it. What do you think is going to happen over time?
Yeah.
You're going to lose, man.
Skip, look at that. Okay, when Gronk goes out in the AFC Championship game, Gronk is out. Edelman hasn't played all year. Who steps up? They didn't even know. Okay, you lose Zeke, your best player. Okay, if you say Dak is your first or second best player, okay, the second or third best player got to step up. You tell me in the absence of Zeke, Dez Bryant stepped up. You look at every other team with a
sure it was 88.
Yeah. 88, DeMarco Murray. Because here's the thing. You had to drop that 8 guy down because DeMarco Murray was running the ball down your throat. Okay, now Tony Romo's like, hey, y'all got one-on-one out there with Dez. I'm going to give it to the Rock. Yeah. Jump balls. All those 50-50 balls Dez was coming down with because this was pre-injury. This was a young Dez. This was a hungry Dez. Now,
on the play that I love to talk about, it was a catch. Dez did catch it. What happened? It was 4th and 2.
Right.
The game's on the line, and what does Romo do? He just bombs it to Dez, right? Just your basic fly pattern. You know, he just running up the sideline, straight up.
What you love most about his skill?
Yeah.
You love his effort.
Yeah.
Tell me you see that kind of effort from Dez Bryant since. Going up over a guy's head.
I saw a guy whose body has broken down and then who lost all confidence in himself. Mm-hmm. Yet, to your original point, the owner still sees him as box office.
Yes.
Because remember, following 2014, he wasn't just profiled by Sports Illustrated. He was on the cover of Rolling Stone. Mm-hmm. The cover, that's hard crossover, man. That's where you're touching all the bases,
yes.
man. If Rolling Stone says, we're going to put you, the primary candidate of Rock Nation, client of Rock Nation, on the cover of our magazine, that's impact, man. And Jerry Jones, wow. And listen, we used to do road shows with the ESPN show. Everywhere we went, the whole crowd's they're just doing this.
Yeah.
So he was huge. And then I agree, in 2015, I'm like, where are you? What happened? And I wrote it off to this injury, that injury. But once you start having lower leg injuries at that position, as you know, you got that Liz Frank, the Jones fracture.
But if you're not a speed guy to begin with, and you're not technically sound, he can still outrun Steve Largent. But Steve Largent caught 100 touchdowns because he was technically sound. He understood how to run the route tree.
Yep.
But when you can't separate and you're only basically running 2 routes, maybe it's his fault, maybe it's the Cowboys because they don't ask him to do enough. Maybe they're afraid to ask him to do any more than what he's doing because they don't feel he's capable of doing it.
Yeah.
Whatever the case may be, he's not moving around. They can't put him in the slot. They can't do a lot of different things. Whatever the case may be, at the end of the day, this is about production. Is he producing? Now you can make all this. Jerry can love him as much as he wants to, but guess what, Jerry? Love don't win you no title.
No.
This is what I don't understand, Skip. This is what baffles me about Jerry. The man that released Emmitt Smith, who's the all-time leading rusher, who has the most rushing touchdowns, a former MVP, a former Super Bowl MVP. He released Emmitt Smith.
He did.
But he'll hold on and clutch Dez, who has never gotten him close to anything to resemble a title.
No.
That's what I don't get, Skip. Emmitt Smith.
Well, he thought Emmitt was done, and Emmitt looked done when he went to Arizona, but that's a whole other issue. But he doesn't think he thinks there's still firepower in that body. He's clinging to 2014, and you can't see it, and I can't see it. I don't think Dez Bryant is fixable because I think his body has just betrayed him. So you can hire all this Sanjay Lals as receiver coach. I don't know who he is, but he's the new receiver coach. Like he's going, what was his quote about? Dez and I can go places together.
Yeah.
What?
Y'all
go where?
Y'all gonna go to the unemployment line. That's what y'all about. Skip. Jerry with the Hubble telescope couldn't see what's inside Dez that is fixable. He is what he is. Skip, you don't have. What's the likelihood? You have 3 down years. You tell me the guy that's had 3 down years, and then the 4th year there's an uptick that he goes back to being what he was. You don't see that, Skip.
Okay, so there was one other late line in this Albert Breer report about Dez. At the bottom of it, just out of nowhere, comes the Cowboys' failure to land Sammy Watkins, probably saved Bryant's place on the roster. And I had not, silly me, I don't know, maybe I missed it, but I didn't know they were pursuing Sammy Watkins. They were in the Derby. They were in the auction. But Sammy Watkins got 3 years, $48 million from Kansas City with like $30 million guaranteed.
And they weren't willing to go there.
Well, it gives me hope and renewed heart that maybe Jerry is seeing what we're seeing, and maybe he did go after Sammy Watkins and failed. Well, if he did, that means that he's done with Dez. But he's got who to replace Dez. He has nobody.
I'm telling you, I just believe that they're going to try and box Dez in, Skip.
Maybe.
After the draft, free agency's done gone. Hey, this is what we got for you, Dez, but we're going to have to release you. then what does he do?
I don't know. Look, I like Dez personally, but I just don't want to see him around next year. I think it will just gum up the works next year.
What, if he's making less money, maybe they won't force you to.
Okay, but how happy will Dez Bryant be making less money with no footballs thrown to him? Man,
This is what I...
good luck with that.
You know what Peggy would be like, oh, Skip, if you're not going to make plays for $12.5 million, but you're going to make them plays for $3 million, $4 million, you would think like, man, I'm jumping out the stadium trying to catch the ball. But now you're making $4 million, man, I got to really make a play now.
We'll see. Well, Conor McGregor